We can begin with our eyes open or closed. If your eyes are open, you'd begin just by looking around in your room and noticing all the different colors. Noticing the sense of distance between you and all the different objects around you. If you're lucky enough to have eyes that can see, allow yourself to be grateful for the fact that you can see this wonderful range of colors in front of you. It's a bit of a miracle of nature that we're able to see all these different colors. So many different shades, from vivid colors like reds and greens and blues, all the way to the lighter colors, the subtle hues. And the sense of sight, such a powerful one that quite often people like to close their eyes in meditation so that they get the opportunity to tune into our other senses. And so that's what I'm going to be doing today now, just gently allowing my eyes to close. And then turning my attention from the busy outer world to our inner world. Noticing the weight of your body on the bed or chair or cushion. And actually feeling that physical contact, the specific sensation. We learnt yesterday how the magnetic, the magical, the mystery of gravity and the way it connects us to Mother Earth. That feeling of groundedness and connection can come through inviting our awareness to become aware of the sensations in our body and the weight of our body. And now see if you can practice cultivating an open awareness to all the sensations in the body. A sense of your whole body sitting or lying here. And remember to notice not just the areas of discomfort or tension, but cast your attention to the parts that feel neutral or maybe even pleasant. Just like you can see a vast landscape with all the different mountains and lakes and trees and clouds and sky. So when you begin to turn your attention inwards to your body and bodily sensations, there's a whole landscape there too. the lakes and mountains and rivers and valleys of your own body. Now, gently inviting your breath to be part of this experience. So you get this sense of not you breathing, but your body breathing. Just as nature has given you this wonderful body working in a way that is so complex that even our greatest scientists don't fully understand it. So nature has also given us our breath from the moment that we were born. And breathing happens by itself. We don't do it. The body breathes day and night. And so in the same way, nature has also given us awareness. And so we are gently making use of this awareness to become aware of this body we've been gifted and each breath that we've been gifted. So let's not just practice mindfulness on its own, but in addition to mindfulness, let's cultivate kindness, compassion, warmth, or friendliness. Some days it's easier, some days it's harder. Just see how it is today. Even a fraction of a percentage is valid, it's useful, it's beneficial. So even if it's a tiny bit today, just see who can bring that little bit of friendliness to your body and to your breathing. When you have a really good friend and you spend time with a really nice friend, quite often they encourage you, they ask you about your wishes and dreams, and they give you the space to do as you wish. They encourage you to do so. So see if you can be a good friend to your body and to your breathing. Let your body be as it is. Let your breathing be as it is. By being a really good friend to it. No need to judge your body or your breathing. Let them be as they are. The other thing that's great about good friends is they're usually a source of a nice, warm smile, a welcoming smile when you spend time with them. So perhaps you can gently and warmly smile to your body and your breathing. And perhaps they will smile back at you too. Now, when you're ready to do so, we can move on to our feelings, noticing how you're feeling at the moment, and see if you can be a good friend to your feelings. So, whether the feelings are classified by you as good or bad, positive or negative, in mindfulness and kindfulness, that doesn't matter so much. If you're to be a good friend to your feelings, you accept them as they are, you let them be. You gently smile towards them, and you observe, you notice, you listen as best you can. So if you wish to do so, turning your attention to your feelings, your emotions, if you can, notice them in your body. Let them be just as they are. And this is a great opportunity to remember that you are not your feelings or or even your thoughts. You are the observing self, pure consciousness or awareness, or whatever you wish to call it, but you are beyond the feelings. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to feel them. You have to be able to step back from them to notice them. So one beautiful way of accepting your feelings is noticing that you are not your feelings. Feelings come and go, and yet you remain. Just like the ocean can make space for all sorts of waves, the small ripples all the way to the huge waves 10 or 20 meters high. All of them are allowed. And yet, deep at the bottom of the ocean, the water is completely still. And so, in the same way, you may be experiencing little ripples or waves, or maybe really big waves. Either way, remember that you are the whole of the ocean. There's the part of you that's completely still and peaceful and compassionate, holding these variety of waves. And just like we have feelings and emotions that nature provides us, we're also provided with thoughts. What we label as positive thoughts, and also what we sometimes label as negative thoughts. But what we learn in mindfulness is all thoughts are ultimately just thoughts, sounds and pictures in our minds. Or we can think of them as waves arising from the ocean of awareness. And the thoughts are changing even faster than our feelings, and yet we remain, we observe, we watch. So, giving yourself permission to rest in awareness and watch the waves of your thoughts rise and fall. And notice what happens. No matter how experienced you are in meditation, whether you're a beginner or so-called expert, there'll be some days and some times where you get really hooked onto your thoughts and they just keep coming, thought after thought. And then there's some days where it's just a little bit easier and your mind doesn't hook you into too many thoughts. And both of these experiences are, again, provided by nature. It's the way it works. So see if you can accept that, whether you're having a day where your mind is quite tumultuous and powerful, or whether you're having a day where it's relatively calm. See if you can be the observer of both of these experiences as the observing self, rather than just the usual thinking self or body self. And we've learnt that we like to take the approach of being mindful and kindful, and also playful. And playful means creative, light-hearted, experimental, trying something new. So you could try something new today. Perhaps you can imagine that you're watching the waves come and go in the ocean. And each time you notice a thought pops up in your head, imagine placing that thought on the wave in the ocean. And notice what happens when you do that. Your thought could be a word, it could be an image, whatever form your thought takes, just try playfully placing it on a wave as you watch the waves come and go in the ocean. And now, for the last few minutes before we finish, I'll leave you to practice what is called choiceless awareness, where you don't really choose or decide where your awareness goes. You just let it be and go wherever it wishes. And you rest as the observing self, the transcendent self, the witness, and the seat of peace as your thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations come and go. And now just gently listening to the sound of the bell.